It's going to be another episode of What's in Today's Boxes for Shipments. I was hoping to have some content together for this playset I've got in my mind for a Jawa smelting refinery. The way my project patterning usually goes is I'll accumulate a box of parts and I have a rough idea of something I envision and want to make at some point. And then either when the parts start to overflow or I'm motivated, I will start plotting out the project. This is going to basically look like a self-standing oil refinery. I actually wanted it to be on tracks like a Jawa sand crawler, but just things aren't working out that way. So I've been piecing together parts to make it kind of like a raised oil platform. So this is going to suspend, this will be suspended up high here, and it'll probably be supporting this thing. This is from my old vacuum, my old Dyson vacuum, and I'm going to make it kind of like a smelting refinery. This kind of look like the forge in The Mandalorian, I suppose, and we'll get there one day. I was hoping to be a lot further along for you guys to have some 3.75-inch content, but the sad reality is I overworked myself, hurt my back, and being in my late 50s, I'm just going to take it easy for a couple days. So to be using tools and stuff like that is not really in my plan. Fortunately, I have a couple days off to recoup. So instead, we're going to play What's in the Boxes. So haul post time. I got this little toucan Sam for my goofy characters, but he was part of a Fruit Loops ornament. I cut the box of Fruit Loops off so I can use the character. So I picked up a couple things. This is going to be an honorable mention here because it's a mistake. So I was going to buy some Schleich tree parts. You can get replacement foliage tree parts. I don't think they're producing them anymore, but they're out there in mass on the market. So I ordered the last one from a particular seller, and I got this thing instead, which is a leaves feeder set. So this is not what I ordered. I wrote the seller and asked if I can exchange it. But the sad reality is shipping costs and the price of this are not really worth it. So he said, just keep this and he'll send the replacement item. So it doesn't happen a lot, but it has happened in the past. I always feel bad about this. Like, should I send it back at my own expense or whatever? But in the end, who's like, really, what are you going to make back? $6 or something? So I will keep it. And I could certainly use it, especially in my Viet Cong headquarters set with the lean-to for the animals out there. But it's one of those things, one of those weird social things. I don't feel it's right, but the money just isn't worth sending back. So I got 4 boxes here. Let's see what's in them, and we'll open them up. So hopefully you folks are all doing well and advancing along on your projects and not overworking your backs. But that's one of the joys of getting older, I suppose, trying to keep up with the young fellas, although there are no young fellas in my shop. Okay, this is very exciting to me. So, all right, let's talk 1/32 scale. This is a monogram Sherman tank. Let me check the box I'll put the box aside and check it for broken parts. Looks like it's missing a couple parts. This is supposedly 1/32 scale. It was up for auction with a buy it now or make offer price. I made an offer, they accepted it. So I am looking to build a vintage looking Sherman of my dreams, and this is going to be the one, this older model Sherman. I think this is a Sherman M4. Now, Sherman experts can correct me, but the way I remember them is a Sherman M4 has the rounded hull and the rounded turret, the cast metal hull and the cast metal turret. A Sherman M4A3 has the welded hull with the sharper angles and the cast rounded turret. A Sherman M4A3E8 has the welded hull and the welded turret. So this is Sherman M4. So it's supposed to be 1/32 scale according to Monogram, which is sort of a vintage line. So I have some 1/32 scale figures from Scavenger Collectibles here to pose next to it. And here's the driver from one of my first figures, or the commander, I should say. So let's see. What do you guys think? I think it looks pretty good in 1/32 scale. With height, figuring each figure is about the equivalent of a 6-foot tall man. I think that's about right. So unfortunately, it's missing some parts. I'll check the box for broken parts and stuff like that. But at some point I could replace all the parts. So that's cool. Let's do a quick scale comparison here against some other Shermans. So this is the BMC Sherman, which everybody says is more like 1/30th or 1/31 scale. It's bigger. So one of my favorite ones, but I really like the old-timey cast hull look as opposed to the welded hull look. And then there's this Airfix Sherman, which is supposedly a true 1/32 scale. So this does look pretty true in size. And let's say, assuming that the development of the Sherman as it went along probably increased the length a little bit of the hull, especially with the sheet metal fender guards and stuff like that. It's more of a optical illusion. But yeah, I do think this is indeed 1/32 scale. So I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna probably strip this down and refinish it. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what this builder was going for. Is this winter whitewash? Is this desert, sandblasted? I'm not quite sure. But I'll probably wind up refinishing it. So, but that's cool. I'm on my way to my ultimate Sherman that for me, that I want to make for the 1/32 scale Army stuff. So let's open the next thing, see what we got. Let's see here. How do you open these things? Sometimes, okay, I think it's one of those folding lid boxes. Here we go. So I see in the 118 action figure world, there's a lot of news starting to pop up. It looks like Acid Rain has a new vehicle they're teasing in the works. Looks like Fantastic Four has a flying car coming out. Looks like there's some Stranger Things figures coming out in 118 scale. So a lot of stuff will be separating me from my money in the near future. But hopefully I will do progress on my play sets here. So I know what this is. This is a little tin toy gas pump that I'd ordered. I think I've pretty thoroughly explained how I have this interest in the tin litho looking trains and things. And I picked these up. They're not so old. I think they are from the 80s or 90s. This is actually pretty decent. This is a water pump, well pump type of thing. And this is the gas pump. The gas pump is kind of lacking in practicality for toy purposes. But it's kind of unique looking. And I actually think I could use it on my 1/32 scale train set. But so here it is. So this was kind of hard to track down. I have one of these, and I had to really dive deep to find the manufacturer. Once I found that, I was able to find them. But it was a bit elusive. So for comparison, here's a 132 scale guy. And yeah, I think I could use this on the 132 scale layout, no problem. As opposed to the O scale tin litho layout I've been thinking about, or the standard gauge tin litho layout. So yeah, I like them. I like it also because there's a lot of replica gas pumps out there, and none of them really look like this. So I always like having something a little unique. So let's move on to the next thing. Not sure what this is. I haven't really been checking. I stopped ordering stuff because, you know, I always try to self-discipline, which is virtually impossible for me to do. But I stopped ordering stuff, and all this stuff is stuff that's been in transit for a week or so. So let's see what we got here. Oh, here we go. So I just moved about. This is my fourth one of these. These are the palm trees from the Jack Sparrow, the NECA Jack Sparrow Pirates of the Caribbean figure. And for some reason, people don't like the palm tree. They only have an interest in the Jack Sparrow figure, which is okay by me because I like the palm trees for my Vietnam and my Pacific stuff. So there it is. And I think they scale really well with 1/18 scale stuff. Well, since I have all the tanks here and everything, might as well show you with 1/32 scale. I've shown you guys this before, and I actually have 3 more right here that I put off to the side. I have to put. I think I'm gonna put a heavy steel washer in the bottom and probably screw it from the bottom up to hold it, because they're so off balance without it looks like they integrate into another base here. So I'll put a heavy counterweight at the bottom and then sort of sculpt it out to look like foliage or something like that. So that's cool. These things are, I like getting them for a good price when I can find them. So they're always secondary on my watch list, but I am always looking to add tropical foliage, at least right now, while the Marauder Vietnam stuff is hot. Okay, we're on to the last box here. We'll open this up. And we'll see what's in it. Oh, I know what this is. This is what I was just mentioning. So this is this in unbuilt form. So, you know, I have a ton of unbuilt model kits. Actually, here, let me show you. So here's just a small stash of unbuilt model kits. And I didn't really want to add another unbuilt model kit because I know myself. It's hard to get around to it. That's why I kind of bought the built tank first. The problem was they were both buy it now. Make offer auctions. So I made an offer, and they both got accepted, and I really didn't think that would happen. But I suppose it's a good thing, because this Sherman here looks like it's missing some parts. It looks like it might be missing this wheel, missing the hatch cover, and I'd have to go over it a little more thoroughly to see if it's missing anything else that's major. So the parts will be in here. So either I can build the tank or just grab some parts out of it. So my plan is to, when I keep saying the ultimate Sherman, you look at these guys, and this one at least has an antenna, which is nice. There are no externally mounted machine guns. I want to change that. I want to put a 50 cal on here. I want to put the antennas on here. I probably want to put some supplemental side armor, which I think I'm going to do as logs, wooden logs. or sandbags or something like that. So, and then of course the figures. I want all proper figures with the right Sherman, and then I'll be happy. I'll finally have what I feel is an appropriate World War II Sherman. And I like these because they're an early version, but I do believe they served all throughout till the end of the war, even as the newer versions were being introduced. So, if I do photo scenarios, I could feasibly do every phase of the of American involvement in the war. So, yeah, and I also like it because it's out of the ordinary with the rounded hull. Almost all the other toys have this sharp hull, including the things like the New Ray or the die-cast Shermans that are out there and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. Maybe what I'll do is do one in European-themed colors and the other sort of like Marine Corps South Pacific with possibly a camouflage paint scheme. That might be suitable for this guy because I can make it a little beat up from Iwo Jima or something. So that's it. Mostly 132 scale talk today, but we will ultimately be back with the Jawa smelting refinery, which is indeed a 118 scale, 3.75 inch idea that I have going on here. So, okay, folks, have a good one.